DraftSociety.com presents a Premier League Draft Fantasy Podcast. Welcome to the Key Pass Collective. Your exclusive source for the information, analysis, and advice you need to dominate your fantasy leagues. Come on in. We've been expecting you.
Draft heads, what's up? Feels like we're well and truly back. We are, it's 2 weeks in a row. For the first time in a while. Feels really good. Feels good to be back in the swing of things. We're here, KPC, welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name's Joe. I'll be your host for this particular episode. And we're going to be talking through getting you ready for Game Week 3. And of course, the albatross around everyone's neck, the elephant in the room that cannot be ignored, is the transfer window thankfully slamming shut this Friday at, is it 6 p.m.? I want to say 6 p.m. It's something like that. Anyway, so we're going to hopefully talk you through some of the major transfers that have gone on and some of the fantasy implications of those. So we'll be here to hopefully talk you through some of those. Of course, there'll be more that happen in the days coming. If you want takes on those, I would join the Discord immediately. Get on Discord. That's where the conversation's happening, because we're not going to have another podcast between now and the end of the transfer window. So if there are new or blockbuster signings right near the end of the window, you're going to have to hop on there and see what the community thinks. So yeah, join Discord. If you have any questions on how to do that, send us a message on Twitter. We don't normally message on Twitter anymore since everything's on Discord, like I said. But certainly if you need to get on the Discord, that's the way to get at us. So do that, please. Do that, please. Otherwise, welcome in, as I said. Again, KPC, thanks for joining us. We are the audio companion to the Draft Society website. Let me just quickly run through, as I always do, what the Draft Society is. So, of course, the Draft Society, we are a fantasy football website, particularly focused on the draft game. We have tons of stuff on our site that is completely and utterly free every single week. So top 75 consensus rankings anytime we do them. Weekly waiver wire article. You get 3 free picks and 3 that are set for our inner circle. You have Sleepers 11 weekly. You have Ghost Point Hunters weekly. You've got useful draft statistics. That's a tough one to say. Projected lineups. All of that is completely and utterly free. If you're willing, though, to support an independent fantasy football website, and we love those of you who do. Thank you so much, community, for all of your support. We love you guys. You've got your options. You can see them on the screen, or podcast listeners, I'll quickly go through them. If you purchase the season pass, you're going to have access to the Inner Circle for the entire season. Plus, you'll get the Fantasy Toolkit, which literally is an app created by the one and only Draft Lad, who is wonderful. If you're on Discord, you know how incredible he is. And it's going to help you every single week with your waiver wire pickups. It's going to save you so much time. It's going to give you your rest of season value for your team, and give you kind of a numerical idea of what that looks like. Power rankings for every team in your league. It'll help you evaluate trades. There's all kinds of new tools that have been added as well, allowing you to look at pickups in the major 3 community leagues and what the people who know what they're doing are doing in their leagues. It's just like, it's invaluable, truly. So yeah, if you're willing to sign up for the season, you'll get the Fantasy Toolkit as well. And know that you truly are helping our little independent, fledgling little business run and keep the lights on. So there you go. That is essentially what we do. More Inner Circle stuff if you're curious. Aside from just that Fantasy Toolkit, we're talking weekly rest of season player rankings. weekly points projections for every single player, sortable consensus rankings every international break, top 150 from every single Draft Society analyst, set piece taker tracker, which we are actually going to talk about today. It's going to be the first thing we talk about. So set piece taker tracker is pretty interesting. Fixture difficulty tracker unique to our game, which is amazing. And then, of course, that Discord access to the inner circle, which is, man, there's so much great conversation that happens there, and player valuations, all that good stuff. So do it. If you have a couple extra shekels, we would really appreciate it. And I think you're going to find that there's a lot of value in it. Okay, today, y'all, let's talk about today. Today, we've got a quick question, which probably won't be so quick. I put quick question just because it's the opening to the show. It's the first segment, but really, it's going to take a minute. We're going to talk transfers. Then we've got some fantasy fake, fantasy for real, some players who have been performing, safe to say, but will they continue to do so? That's the question. And then we've got your Game Week 3 streamers. Of course, welcome to everyone in chat. How is it going? Omar, Zach, Tom, how are you all? Chickens, Ben Chickens, so nice to see you. Quiz Kit, what's up, man? Draft Alchemy, how's it going? Prosh, again, so nice to see you guys. Draft Pie's up in here. Welcome, everybody. So nice to have you guys in chat. Hit us up with questions as we go, and we'll try to get to them, provided we have time. Okay, let's do this. Guys, how are you doing today? I've got a quick question for you, but first just want to check in. How are things? You okay? Oh, Ryan, you're muted. Things are not good. Things are not so good.
Things are great.
There he is.
Yeah. I was saying Totti looks tired.
You don't say.
Oh, Totti, I think you're handsome.
Thank you.
No, I never, ever besmirched.
I know. I'm putting words in your mouth.
Handsomeness.
I'm a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I am tired. Your observation is on point as always. But yeah, it's only 11:30 here, so onwards and upwards.
Yeah,
It'll be a quick one, right?
totally.
Yeah.
Always. We're only talking like 12 new transfers. It's going to be super quick. No big deal.
On top of everything else.
Yeah, good question. Prash is asking where Sanji is. So Genie will actually be joining us here in a little bit, hopefully. That's what he said. So hopefully we'll have Genie on in just a second. And Sanji, ever willing and ever available, he was totally ready to answer the call. But we thought maybe 5 would be a little bit too much. So we'll get Sanji on here next week. Don't worry. But yeah, we've got a lot of amazing guys who are willing to hop on this pod, and we love it. Okay, guys. So I have a quick question for you because I was looking through our tables on our site, which are incredible. And I alluded to one earlier, set piece taker tracker. There are 4 players in the league who have taken 100% of their team's set pieces. Do you know who they are?
Andreas Pereira.
That is number 1. Total of 11 set pieces, 11 out of 11. Now, it's not saying he's had the most set pieces. That would be James Madison. But he has taken 100% of his teams.
So he's just number 1 because of his name.
Set piece percentage. Yeah.
Don't make it more complicated.
Okay, here's this. He has the most of anybody who's taken 100%.
Okay. So we're looking for 2 more.
Looking for 2 more.
Who've taken 100% of the set pieces, but in the 2 games are below 11 set pieces.
Right.
Bruno?
Winks?
Nope. No, not Bruno either. Bruno has only taken 57% of his team set pieces. Isn't that wild?
Eze?
No.
No, surely not.
I'll give you the teams.
Oh yeah, because Wharton's taken some. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll give you the teams because this could wear on. All right. So first, Manchester City.
KDB, yeah, of course.
Yep.
I mean, they had a penalty which Haaland took, so
Is that a set piece?
Ooh.
I mean, I think it is.
Okay.
According to Hoyle, it would be, yeah.
Well, I mean,
We'll send in a sport ticket to DraftLad.
all right. Yeah, I
I was
suppose.
thinking Fantrax.
I was operating under the assumption that this is updated, and I'm hoping it is. So that's the other one. Well, one of them belongs to a player on Everton.
McNeil?
Yep, McNeil. And then the final one belongs to a player on Brighton.
Millie.
Yes. Isn't that wild?
A Millie.
How crazy is that? Yeah, James Milner.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty amazing, right?
I love it even more that we're going to have to play against Milner on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems nailed at this point.
Yeah,
So
he does.
yeah. He's completely nailed in the 11, which I never thought I'd be saying that.
I'm not deep enough in my Brighton follows on Twitter. I usually get the info that Millie has won the lactate test when he was in Liverpool, but I'm sure that he did win it in Brighton as well. So yeah, maybe he goes 38 for 38.
I hope so. Honestly, I love that man. Yeah.
Good.
So quick little bit of trivia to kick us off, but we're here for one reason, and we all know what it is, guys. We got to talk new transfers.
Oh.
So I know it's crazy. I'm going to take us off the screen because there's just too much to see. Okay, we, oof. All right. We have a lot of new names that have come into the league. There's some that I've intentionally left off the list, and some of these we're probably just going to scoot right on by, meaning we mention their name, but it's not worth spending any time on. But if there are those that, from a fantasy lens, we want to stop and spend a minute on, we should. So, should we just bang right on through it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's go in order.
To Brighton and Hove Albion, we have, how do you say that?
Kadiolu.
Perfect. And also one, Matty O'Reilly. How do we feel about those two?
Kadiolu, I was a little bit intrigued by until I saw that he came in as a mid.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a wing back essentially, or a fullback, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
That rarely works out fantasy wise. And Brighton actually looked like they're a little bit more solid at the back, and they might actually keep some clean sheets this season. So, yeah, if you're starting a defender, you want to, get the defensive points for it. Obviously, he doesn't get dinged goals conceded, but yeah, with the new scoring and everything else, I think I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
I'll probably bid, but
Just cause.
but just so that if everyone forgets to bid, then I get him for very cheap. I usually do that, just put in a safe bid at the end. But yeah, I'm not gonna, if he came, just like Ryan, if he came in as a defender, then I would have gone the 20-30 height with Fab, but as a mid, not so much. Maybe around 10 max.
Interesting. So as a mid, he's not going to get dinged for giving up clean sheets. He's not going to get dinged for goals against. He's coming into a midfield pool that we've already said is sort of shallow. What's not to like?
How's he going to get his points?
I mean, what are you hoping for, clean sheet points from Brighton?
No, but sometimes, yeah. Like I said, they seemed a little bit better defensively this season. But if he's not getting clean sheet points and he's not on sets. Like if he somehow was on sets, I'd change my tune. But Millie's got that locked up. So I don't know how he's going to get his points.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so without the occasional clean sheet, little boost to the points, it's
what would you say you do here?
Yeah. Jeannie, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nice. What is happening? We just got onto transfers, so we're talking Kadiolu right now. And transitioning into O'Reilly as well. Both Brighton guys.
Yeah, I heard most of your guys' spiel on Katagulu. I'm not opposed to anything, or I don't care enough about the guy to. Yeah, I mean,
that's fair.
That's the insight we need.
Well, yeah, but I just don't see it, and he's a wing back. I mean, Brighton wing backs aren't exactly like top of my list to bring in to my team. So if someone else wins, maybe I'll put like a 2 or 3 on him. If someone else wins him, all the better. I have a free roster spot, and yeah.
I mean, I think we are putting sort of a very negative spin on him because we saw and we know that what type of hype train young, Brighton, attacking-minded players could sort of get, and I think we are already anticipating that.
Good segue.
Yeah, good segue. But I think at the end of the day, he will be very solid and very good as a mid or a defender. It's just that if you have, like, I would say, out of all the midfielders we're going to talk about today on this list, he would be my top pick.
He's your top pick.
Yeah.
I also think that he might get dropped if he doesn't start against Ipswich. I mean, that's the Katagolu.
Yes, thank you for making him say it again.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't be dropped because he hasn't even started yet. You can only get dropped if someone
dropped from like 12 fab, right? And then he doesn't start against Arsenal. You don't really want to play him against Arsenal. And then the fixture you're hoping for after the international break, he's up to speed and he starts against Ipswich. Okay, he's not starting again. I need this spot. You're going to drop him. Or someone will. I guarantee you he'll, at least in like community, Genie, Discord leagues, at least like...
Yeah, active managers. Yeah,
40 to 50% of people will drop him if he's not starting against Ipswich. So, yeah.
Has there ever been an example of a out-of-position defender classified as a mid being successful? The only one I can think of is maybe like Zinchenko, that City, like the off.
No, I have one for you.
James Milner.
I was going to say Solly March.
Solly March as well. James Milner at right back when Trent was
Doughty.
out.
Solly March is the example in the exact same position.
In the exact same position.
I mean, Doughty's classified as Doughty. I mean, he's not a mid or a defender, really.
Doughty is a demigod. Yeah. Doughty is an Adonis.
Happy to be proven wrong.
I mean, if you're so just for a minute to stay on Kadioglu, 11.1 points per 90, 10.5 expected points per 90, 9.7 ghost points per 90, and this is excluding clean sheets and goals against. So this is for midfielder scoring.
Okay,
this is in the Turkish Super League. Yeah.
No. This is actually stats from the Conference League. But yeah, I mean,
even worse. Cool.
Yeah. I also don't like
arguable.
Points per 90 at all. Points per 90 is very. I mean, if he's playing 88 minutes and we're going to points per 90, sure. But if he's playing like 65 minutes,
true,
and we're using a points per 90 stat, I don't like that at all.
I mean, yeah, that's why we usually use points per start. But
yeah.
For that, we need deeper data.
Where did he get most of his points from? Is he a dribbler, crosser?
Heavy tackles, so a lot of tackles, key passes, and dribbles.
Key passes. You love to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
named our fucking podcast after it.
Cardiolo Pass Collective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just like.
All right. I mean, all right, Totti. I'm. All right. So
I'm
Premier
just saying
League...
that out of all these, like, he's still probably going to be. By the way, we are doing consensus ranks in international break, and I think he's still. If nothing extra happens in the next 2 weeks, he's still coming in around 100 on ranks. But out of the midfielders that we are going to talk about today, he's the one that I would have the highest bid on.
All right, so think about the Premier League tax on his numbers coming from whatever league to the Premier League.
Turkey.
Conference League or the Superliga. What do you predict, just ballpark, for a points per start number for him? Like better than 8?
I would have said 9.
Okay.
Around 9.
All right. I mean,
I was gonna say 7.5.
Yeah, I think 8 would probably be like a benchmark, in which case like you can get that from Lewis Cook or Anderson or other streaming mids.
I was gonna say, who would you guys rather have rest of season, him or Wharton?
If Palace move out of this back 5 nonsense, then Wharton all day. But if they stay in it, then neither.
I don't like this will be an attacking fullback, so he'll get key passes and assists. Wharton just keeps Palace ticking over, regardless of back 5 or back 4. He's not getting attacking returns.
That's my point. I don't want Wharton.
He takes some set pieces.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want Wharton. I'm not interested in him. So if you tell me Wharton, that's going to really tell me a lot about Cardiolo.
I'd rather Cardiolo.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in general, these transfers is just like the unknown like seems a lot better because like in your head, Cardiolo could be anything. He's like Obama in 08. He's like the perfect vessel for all of our dreams. Yeah. So yeah, Cardiolo could be anything, but we know what he is.
8 years past and there are more troops in Afghanistan than before.
Yeah.
I love this. Pull in all the politics. This is great. You guys didn't know you were tuning into a political podcast. All right, we gotta leave that there. We can't talk about him all day. Good Lord. All right, this one probably quicker. Matty O'Reilly already injured for up to 8 weeks, and that's just to get back in training, right?
I've seen mostly like 6 to 8 weeks.
We have jumped the shark. It's true.
Yeah, but 6 to 8
whoever was going to be the top was going to take about 30 minutes. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay, so but still, I mean, are you going to bring him in now, assuming that somebody probably just drops him in 4 weeks?
I don't think you bring him in. I think the question worth asking is, if you play in a league with injured reserve, are you gonna bid 1, 2, 3 fab on him and stash him on injured reserve, or prefer someone like I don't know, Enes Ünal or Luke Shaw or whoever's always injured?
That's a good question. I don't think about injured reserve a lot because none of my leagues have it, but that's a really good point.
Because I honestly, I wouldn't, in all good conscience, recommend bidding for him if you don't have injured reserve.
No.
Like you're just wasting a spot there.
Completely,
He's definitely going to be available sometime later.
I'm with you. Yeah. I completely agree.
Yeah, I mean, you have to add the extra time and tax, the fact that he's coming in to a brand new league. I mean, if it was like an established player that had 6 to 8 week injury, it'd be one thing, but then you have to add the fact that he's got to learn the system and the Premier League and all of that. So, like, we're looking at probably like November.
Early December was
nobody's got time for that.
Yeah, you can't
despite the hype.
No. The benches are so shallow in this game. You just can't. There's no way.
Yeah. So who would you rather on your injured reserve? Matty O'Reilly, Ben Chilwell, Oscar Bob, or Joe Willock?
How long is Bob? How long's Bob out?
Willock's healthy. Willock scored a goal today.
No, Willock
scored a goal today.
He did score a goal today and then was taken off injured.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, perfect debut.
It's poetry in motion. I love it so much.
And so I think Tonali and Isak needed the physio on at certain points of the game.
Why are they playing these energy cup games?
I think Isak is fine though.
No, he stayed on until the end and took a penalty as well at the end. So he was fine, but I'm just saying that he got the wind knocked out of him.
Okay, all right. So you never answered my question. How long is Bob out?
Until January, I think.
Give me Bob.
Actually, yeah, I'm with Joe. Right after Luke Shaw and Reece James.
I'll take Matty over those guys.
Yeah. At least
Bob's got to crack into the Manchester City 11 once he gets fit.
Yeah. At least Matt O'Reilly only has to displace 39-year-old.
I was gonna say
James Milner.
Yeah. Oh no. Matt O'Reilly just has to crack into the Brighton totally not crowded at all midfield.
Quality wise, it's a bit of a.
It's a bit easier to get
there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
A bit of a disparity there.
That's fair. All right. Speaking of,
it's an easy segue into the.
This is fantastic. Speaking of, we never really talked about Gundogan. He's already gone in several leagues. If you have waivers on Tuesday, he's probably already gone and been bid upon and has a new home. But in some leagues, he's still out there, and people are kind of wondering what to make of him. So another year older, coming back to a spot that potentially is no longer his. What do you make of his chances of actually getting game time?
He's not going to get more than 12 starts, and I think I'm being generous. He would need KDB to go down injured, and that's the only way he cracks that 11. But I think he's firmly there to get KDB off, like with 20 to go in some games. Rotate out Bernardo Silva here or there in tougher games. I could see him starting against like Arsenal and Liverpool for sure. More defensive solidity, but don't forget, like City has already shown that they're on fire, and Foden and Rodri have not even started yet. So this
that's a good point.
He's not fitting into this starting 11 at all. Like I think 12 is generous. Now the more I think of it, like 7, 6 even.
Just using our toolkit data and the new tab that we debuted last week, which is the Fab bid data.
I was just looking at this.
I can tell you that the median bid for Gundogan to get on a team was 34.
It's too much.
And
out of 100.
Out of 100, and the highest bid for him was 95 that he went for.
Why? Oh my! It had to be like a home league. Someone sees a Manchester City player, Gundogan. Like even 34 is too much, man. Like I think I didn't even bid on him, and this is the league I rostered: Grealish, Bernardo Silva, and De Bruyne. That's how little worry I have about him.
I was going to say, if you do bid on him, you absolutely at the least have to have like 1 or 2 City assets to make it like viable. If you just have Gundogan by himself, and it's, by the way, it's like Kadiolu, it's the second G is silent, so it's Gundogan.
I love that this bothers you. This like really gets
it kills that one kills me. Like
someone needs to just write out all the spellings freehand, all the pronunciations.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I butcher some of them, but that one like gets me. But yeah, I just don't see the utility of it unless you have like Bernardo Silva or somebody like that, and not at that level either. Not Fab.
I agree with Ryan there, but I think I'm a bit more positive on Gundogan's chances on getting into the team, just because of rotation, just because we know what Pep does. We know how he operates on giving these guys a hot 8-match streak and then getting off them. He actually started 33 games in La Liga last season, so there's no rust. There's no, like, I know he's 2 years older than his last season at City 2 years ago. But yeah, at this point, I think a 33-year-old Gundogan is still a decent asset. Like,
sure.
Like, I would argue that, again, out of the midfielders, or out of maybe besides the two forwards that we will talk about a bit later, who are going to Liverpool and Crystal Palace, I think Gundogan actually has the highest ceiling out of all the players that we are talking about today. So yeah, if you have the City cover, and if you have some room to maneuver, and you can get him for around 10 fab or equivalent trade value, then I would suggest getting him. Like in that league that you described, Genie, I think I would have bid on him, because that's how you can get the most value out of guys like this. And I don't know how many starts. Like, you're saying that you're expecting around 10 starts from Gundo. Then how many starts are you expecting from Silva and Grealish and Doku?
Silva, I think like 25 plus. Grealish is just one of those. I'm waiting for his first start. Hope he bangs a goal and then sell him.
That's exactly it.
For Gundogan, Gundogan, I just think that, like,
there it is. Let's go.
I just think that he's once Foden and Rodri come back, I just, like, it's nothing to do with his age or his rust or any of that. It's just the way the deal amounted seemed more like Pep was, like, you know what? Like, they don't rate him. Let me bring him back. He's going to offer good cover. He's going to play Champions League for us. He's going to play when we get to the deeper stages of the FA Cup. Maybe Pep wants to go out winning all 4 trophies this year. He's going to be that guy to step in when he wants to rest his bigger players. I don't think Gundo is going to be one of his bigger players. I think he's that guy, KDB can't start the Champions League game, the Prem game, and then the FA Cup game. I'm going to play KDB in the Prem game, play him for half in the Champions League game, but Gundo's going to start both the Champions League and the FA Cup game, and then come on for the last 25 in the Prem game. That's the role I see him. It's nothing about him being a bad player, too old and rusty. It's just City's midfield is so crowded right now.
Yeah.
We haven't even mentioned Kovacic, who's been on fire to start the season.
Yeah, I don't think we can argue with most of what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm happy to move on. By the way, I don't know that we're getting to fake fantasy for real today.
Let's run through these. Some of them don't need much.
All right, Genie Ugarte, tell me.
Genie? He's clearly biased.
We'll start with him.
Is that he's like Casemiro, but my expectation is that he's worse than Menu. Am I going to bid on him? Probably, just to have another United logo on my team. It's not going to be very much, but 10 fab will probably win him in most leagues unless you have deluded United fans. But if he could replicate what Casemiro is doing, I think he's a good mid 5. If not, he's a very easy drop. The wasted 10 fab, it's not the end of the world.
Who does he displace?
Casemiro.
Okay, so he displaces Casemiro. So he and Mainu are still playing together then. So would that make him more the Casemiro role that's like a little bit more attacking?
Yeah, he's going to be more. Well, Casemiro and Mainu kind of like trade off here and there. So
okay.
I would say, he's going to just step in and replace him. I think he's obviously a less red card risk, less like. I saw some angle of the way Casemiro tried to tackle Eze last year, and it was just embarrassing to watch. So he's more. I think he's going to offer more solidity to the back four. Sorry, I don't think it's going to translate as much to points. We'll see how forward he wants to get. That's why I'll give him a week or two. If I don't see like 8.5 and like 7 or higher in the second game, then I'm dropping him, no problem.
Okay, so I will quote our very own transfers article now. In 21 starts for Paris Saint-Germain, he put up 6.7 points per start, 6.6 ghost points per start, 7.9 points per 90, and 7.4 ghost points per 90.
But it's a different role for him at United. And United suck. We got to remember that. This is like a mid-table team at best. So he's going to have a lot of work to do.
Let's never forget that.
So he's
going to
actually
be busy. Like at Paris, he's not busy.
He's
That's true.
I mean, he still had 4.2 tackles per 90. 4.2 successful tackles, and that's what he does. He's a extreme high volume tackler. He's not a good passer, and he's not good at much else. So I think.
Well, what was Casemiro good at besides flailing around?
I'll tell you what, I watched both United games this season, unfortunately, and Casemiro is just like bombed into every set piece and like got his head on it, which is odd.
He is doing
every
that.
one of those. Like he should have a couple headed goals already, but I don't know if Ugarte's got that in his locker, but
I don't think so. But you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I'm not bidding.
I agree with Marst in the comments. He said that Ugarte buffs. I don't know about Mainu, but I do think that Ugarte is going to boost Bruno's value.
Yeah.
I think if you're targeting Bruno right now, now's a good time to try to bring in Bruno if the manager there is frustrated.
Yeah. He features in the trade article this weekend.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or tomorrow, I guess. Friday.
Sweet. All right, cool. Any Totti Ryan, any thoughts on him, or we're happy with Jeannie's take? It wasn't super optimistic as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm not bidding.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Okay, let's move right along. Arsenal. Ryan, we'll let you kick this one off. Mikel Merino.
Yeah, I'm of two minds about this one. First, great player. Anybody that watched the Euros could see what a kind of slick midfielder he is. He's an aerial duel winner. He's like 6'1", 6'2", so he's going to be involved in set pieces as well. I think the way I'm kind of thinking about it is it really depends on which of the midfield roles he's going to do, and I think it's not going to be clear cut. I think some games he might be one, sometimes some games he might be the other. Whether or not he's the LCM or he's more of the defensive mid, and he'll be interchanging with Rice. So if he's the defensive mid, you can expect like Thomas Partey numbers, which is streamer level. But if he's the LCM and he replicates any of kind of Xhaka's form or points in this system, then he's going to be a great mid three. So
Xhaka had just one season in that system, right? And wasn't he? He was like a pleasant surprise, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean he had more than that in under Arteta, but like really got into it when the whole like team was actually performing. I mean he played the same role, but when it was the kids playing ESR and Saka were leading the charge in like 2021. But the season before he left last season, he was great. So like I think that's kind of Mourinho's ceiling. I don't expect that, but I think he can get close if he like consistently plays in the LCM role. So it's really up in the air, and kind of what your risk appetite is like, because there's every indication that he could be like just a regular CDM like Partey, but there is the prospect of him being like Xhaka.
Sure.
So
Totti, you still would go Kadiolu over Mourinho. You're muted, friend.
Probably for the best.
I would, yeah, just because of the potential upside and
Wager.
Yeah. Well, what metric do you want to use?
I mean, barring like
per
everything else,
start.
barring significant injury, whoever scores the most points.
Points per start?
I mean, that could be very misleading, unless we have a threshold.
I mean, let's do points per start. As long as both
18?
start. Yeah.
Okay.
So 18 games minimum.
18 games minimum, points per start.
Chat is saying that you should shave your head. Actually, several people in chat are saying that you should shave your head. Whoever loses. Yeah,
I've done it before in college once. I wore a lot of hats.
Easier said than done, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty easy to shave a head.
That's true.
Yeah, but we have jobs now.
Yeah.
Right. My students would give me shit to no end.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty aggressive if I rocked up to the next meeting with a shaved head.
That would be really aggressive.
Yeah.
Even more of an issue would be you telling them why you have a shaved head.
I know I would have to tell them. I mean, there's a lot worse kind of inferences with a shaved head.
True.
Yeah.
The least of which is a fantasy football bet.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Jeannie, any thoughts on Mourinho before we move on?
No, I agree with Ryan. It could go either way. Am I bidding? Probably. I don't know how much, but a little bit.
Little bit.
Just a little bit.
Does anyone care about Ramsdale at Southampton?
No. Move on.
Yeah.
Why? Why is he in there even?
Yeah, I don't know why. Please delete any other goalies.
Well, I'm sorry. I already got some shit. I should have. You know who I should have put in here instead was. Hold on. Let's see. Tom gave me crap earlier about including.
Who's his face?
What's his face? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tom, post the thing again. Oh, there we go. About mentioning Foster but not Clark for Ipswich. So maybe I should have just done that. But
yeah, Clark's an interesting one.
Okay. We can, if we have time, we can talk about that. All right. Musani for Crystal Palace. Anyone care?
No.
Who is that? I've never heard of him.
I mean, is he like França or what?
I mean, he's 18.
Yeah, no.
Just move on.
He's a fullback, only included because their current options. I mean, well, one of their current options is not that great. The other one's fantastic. But yeah, just in case anyone's interested, we are not. Okay, Dara O'Shea into Ipswich. Anyone care?
I, as you know, was rooting for him to go to Wolves.
That would have been so good.
Because, better defense, although they just shipped 6. So I have to take that with a grain of salt. But
I started Mosquera in both leagues. So
I told you I started Doherty and he got 0, which is the most like heroic 0 I've ever seen in my life.
That's a battle right there.
Yeah, Nori got an assist and still got 0. So, yeah, Doherty did it the hard way. No, I was hoping for him to go to Wolves, in which case I would have been very interested. Him going to Ipswich and like battling with Jimmy Greaves to be the alpha Ghost Point winner, I'm just not interested. I think they cannibalize each other, and their defense is going to be terrible. So, stream maybe. Spend fab on picking up. Nah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's one of those that you put on your watch list and stream when you're strapped for defenders. But other than that, yeah, wait and see. Wait and see.
Yeah,
I'm looking at his ghost points from today. So he had 1 key pass, 1 block shot, and then 1 tackle, 5 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 6 headers, 1. That's not too bad, but Greaves didn't start also. So
yeah. What's gonna happen? I mean, are they battling for one position? Those two?
No, I think they'll probably play together. The problem is they're like the Tarkowski of the pairing. So they're going to go for every header. And there's only one that can truly win out. So
there can only be one Maguire, and then there's got to be a Martinez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You need a little butcher.
Roster them both, bench them both this week, drop the one that scores less.
I mean, it's 2 roster spots. You're going to have to wait for this Ipswich defensive stack.
Are you suggesting that you have triple up on Ipswich if you have Murich?
No.
Oh, no, Totti. We're not going down that road.
No, I think he was talking about the United guys.
Oh, okay.
No, please do not triple up on Ipswich defense. Please don't.
I think you did that for Luton Town last season, Genie, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I did. It was
several times.
I think it actually won me a week. There was a time Reece Burke combined with another one of the defenders in the most random
I think I remember that. Yeah, it was like a head-to-head piece, and like he headed it to him for a headed goal. It was what's the dude with Kosho or Osho?
Osho,
yeah.
I had them both. And
it was like Burke
was so pissed. He's like, "There's no way I lost to 2 Luton center backs combining for a goal."
Hell yeah, dude! I love that. I love that. That's what you get. Was that a DGW too?
Yeah. Or actually, it was around that time frame. I don't remember exactly if it was.
This is exactly why I hate double game weeks.
Dowdy DGWs were.
Oh,
Dowdy and Barkley. I had them both. I'd never lost a double game week.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, sticking to Ipswich for a minute. We got a couple of forwards to talk about. One of them's a winger, I suppose. Ogbene, our boy. Ogbene, we've missed ye. And then, of course, one Lyle Foster. So how are we feeling about either of these gentlemen?
I'm going all in for Ogbene. He's the number 1 on this list for me. It's not even close.
Okay. What do you mean all in?
Like I have 25 fab left. It's all
on Ogbene. Okay. All right.
That everyone else is bidding for these Brighton and
how will you survive not having Ugarte?
Oh man, I think he'll be dropped in like a week, so I'll just pick him up for one of my trash players.
I reckon Ogbene will be as well.
Yeah,
not if I have him.
That's fair. Not in your league because you'll be keeping him. I would normally be intrigued by Ogbene because he had some monsters last season, but there's so many forwards this season, and I have like 3 to 4 solid forwards in every league, so I just don't have the room for any more, especially like speculative ones. And
even who are you gonna like play him against? Like,
Other promoted teams, I guess.
Forest, other promoted teams, Everton, maybe.
Yeah.
And like there are 5 teams, you would play him ahead of your day-to-day forwards. But other than that, even if he starts, you're not going to have the confidence to put him in ahead of like Muniz or Mateta or whoever you drafted mid rounds. So yeah, if you like it, for me, it comes down to like roster construction, just like Ryan said. If you have enough forwards and you project yourself playing all of your current forwards, then it's even if he's valuable, it's not worth bidding.
Yeah.
It depends, like you said, on your forwards. Like one league, I'm running Elanga, Adama, and praying this Evan Eliasson guy comes good. So if I could get Ogbene in, that's a win. But yeah, I mean, I'd start, like, I'm looking at their schedule now. If he starts against Fulham, I'm starting him against Brighton, Southampton, Villa, maybe West Ham, yeah, Everton, yeah, Brentford, yeah, Leicester, yeah. So you're starting him until mid-November, and then you can kind of see how he's doing. And then if he ends up being similar scoring to last year, then he's good to package in a trade for a different player. So it's just this decent run Ipswich have. He could really continue where he left off last year.
Yeah, I don't hate that. At all. But just like Ryan said, in most of our listeners, due to there being so many forwards, most of our listeners will have like 3-4 solid forwards.
Yeah.
Move on now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's a no on.
Yeah.
That's
No
a no
on
on
Foster.
on Lyle Foster.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. All right, Totti, we've come to you for this one. Chiesa, we've got him in for, it sounds like, what, 11 million, something crazy like that.
And plus 2.5 or something like that.
Yeah, and been injured for the last season and a half, or
He's actually been playing last season, and it was the 2 seasons prior to last season that he missed, essentially 2 seasons.
Yeah. I'm exaggerating. I mean, he was marred with injury in 2021-22. He was kind of like one of those names that was touted to be kind of like the next big thing, 70-80 million type of player, and then was it an ACL?
Yeah.
Had an ACL injury, missed almost an entire year or more, and then did get back to playing waves last season. Didn't make any huge waves. Seems like they were just desperate to get him out, and so Liverpool sort of stumbled upon a deal here. I, though, for one, am not bidding on him anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not, like, he's definitely 6th in line.
Yeah, exactly.
He's definitely 6th in line. He's one of those that you wanna look for and stream if he somehow gets in the 11. But there's no Asian Cup, no AFCON, no nothing that would guarantee you minutes from these bench guys. So whoever's, like, there are people who drafted Cody Gakpo in like round 4 or 5.
Yep.
He's below that, a lot below that. So yeah, I love him as a player, and I follow Juventus in Italy. Have been since I was a little boy. So yeah, he's a really fun sort of classic winger. So he should, if he gets going, he should be a long-term good add for Liverpool. Although we haven't been blessed by usable Italians. Like, I still am awaken in sweaty when I think about Alberto Aquilani.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Balotelli.
No,
I thought you were going to say the dude that bites on his fucking hand. What was that dude's name?
Yeah, what was his name?
Bites on his hand?
Yeah, he bang.
Yep, I remember this. Oh, what's his name? Chat,
I
help
could
us
see
out.
his face.
Oh, no. Yeah, this is not good radio. It's fine.
Borini?
Yes, Fabio Borini.
Fabio Borini. No.
Yeah, Tom got it right away. Right away.
Yeah. Like we had the last few Italians we had was Balotelli, Borini, Andrea Dossena, who was left back who never played. So yeah, not a good set of Italians for Liverpool in the last couple of last 20 years, so to say. So yeah, hopefully Chiesa will change that.
Yeah,
but
I'm not
season,
targeting him.
Right?
No, I'm not targeting him.
I mean, yeah, you got to displace Diaz or Salah. Good luck.
Yeah, no, not doing that, especially with the start of the season they've had. I mean, and Salah, you obviously were never, he's world class. But Diaz, there was always a question as to whether or not he was going to be rotated, this or that. He has been an absolute house on fire to start the season. I don't see that changing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, he's a very good depth signing. Very good to look forward to. Like he's 26 right now. He has a decent chance of either coming decent and being able to be shipped or back off to Italy for a healthy profit in a few years, or coming good and maybe taking Salah's spot when he leaves. So
exactly.
It's a no-brainer signing. When what's his face? Joe Felix is getting signed for 45-50 million. Fede Chiesa for 15 or 10 millions.
Yeah. His salary is probably not that bad either.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what you get if you're not Jorge Mendes' client.
Yeah, or
exactly
bought by Chelsea.
Exactly.
Yeah. But let's be real, he'll be completely overvalued in a lot of leagues just because of the name.
Yeah, he will be snapped up.
I want my league mates to spend so much on him. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Talk. In fact, I don't think so. No, it's not even finalized. He hasn't had his medical.
Okay.
Talk him up in your league chats, listeners. Talk him up in your league chats.
Something like now that Chiesa is in, Saudi can come in for Salah.
There it is
over the weekend. So get it. Let people bid for Chiesa.
That's Salah, so good.
Get Salah in for free, and then laugh yourself silly until you win your leagues.
Okay. Totti, we got to stick with you on this one because this is your boy, forward one, Jordan Ayew to Leicester City. What do you make of this one? How much are you spending?
All of it. Everything that Genie has on Ogbene, I'm matching on Jayu.
With interest.
Doubling it.
He's borrowing Fab from his league mates and paying it back with interest.
Taking out a loan.
Did you see his goal yesterday, by the way?
Yeah.
It was a freaking laser.
Was it good? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was
25 yards, something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Banger.
Yeah, I'm not touching any promoted players. So
any?
No.
Okay.
Like I haven't drafted any, I think. And I'm not planning to
waiver any.
That. Like he's someone I will happily go to in a pinch when I'm looking for streamers, but I'm not spending one single fab on him.
For anyone curious about the inside joke there was a time last year.
It was last season, yeah, in my home
longer
league.
than
there was a time last season, longer than it should have been, a stretch where Totti had Ayew as his number one forward.
Yeah. He was like, I drafted him as my second forward, but he soon took the first forward spot from Ollie McBurney, who I drafted as my first
cutthroat
forward.
competition.
Yeah.
You had absolute mare in that draft. That was I do not know what got into you aside from a lot of liquor.
I think I finished 5th or 4th in my home league, and I drafted, I think it was Grealish, Mitoma, Estupinian, Harvey Barnes. I think that was my first 4 rounds. The fact that I didn't lose all 38 games is credit to.
That's true.
A miracle. That's a miracle.
I mean, credit to forward 1 Jordan Ayew.
Yeah.
Most of all.
I mean, at this point, I'm okay. So we're about to talk about another Leicester player.
I'm not.
Okay. And Bilal Alkanous, right? Yeah, is that how I say it?
Go to Ryan on the.
I'm the Turkish guy.
But my question, I'm looking at the lineup from last weekend, and I don't see where any of these guys fit in. You've got Bobby de Cordova-Reid, who I don't think should be a starter in the Premier League, but that's a different story.
I will replace him.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, he's already beaten out Mavididi.
Yeah, but the new manager does not rate Mavididi at all.
Yeah, which is interesting because didn't they just sign him for, was it a record fee?
I don't think that was his choice.
Okay, well, all right.
Ayew is coming in for BDCR, and Al-Qudus, I think, is sharing the spot with Facundo.
On the right?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound promising at all.
I'm not interested in him at all. Like, if he starts one game, I might pick him up and bench him just to see.
Isn't there potential that he gets sets?
Winks is right now leading that charge.
Exactly.
To be fair, Winks has been pretty good on them.
That Alkanous took some sets. Maybe I'm making that up.
I could be wrong here. Doesn't that mean the canoe in Spanish?
I think it's Los Canoes.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. I should have known better.
All right. So, Eddie. Fast Eddie.
Yes, let's talk about Eddie. Eddie has been given permission to have his medical at Crystal Palace. And so it looks like everything's going to go through for 30-some. Well, high 20s and then some add-ons is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, looking like probably 25 or 25 all in.
Yeah,
up to 30 or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm happy, and I think that's a good spot for him.
Sepp van der Berg numbers.
More than that, he went for what, 20, right?
I think it was 25, but yeah, around that.
No, it was 20, but fair enough. No, I think this is a great fit for him. I think he'll love playing with Eze. I'd never thought that the Arteta system was for him. I mean, he's very fast, needs to like run onto the ball, can play a bit of counterattack, fox in the box. So I think Palace is a good fit for him. And yeah, Genie and I have a nice bet of over under 12 goals. So
where do you think he starts?
I was just going to ask that.
Sorry, Joe.
I mean, we just saw.
You're fine.
I mean, you just saw Glasner starting both Edouard and Mateta at the same time, so I don't know why they wouldn't do the same with Eddie.
No, I know. I was just asking so that people who don't know will hear your explanation.
Yeah, but it's interesting because not up top, right? They still have JP as that lone striker.
Yeah.
So then would Eddie play?
He can play on the
less advanced
on the wings or as like just off of Mateta.
Yeah, that's what it would be, right? Because then Ez is on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, or they just revert to more 2 forwards with Eze as kind of like a 10 role. But yeah, either way, I keep seeing people say that where's he going to play? He's not going to start. Blah blah blah. He's going to start. I mean, this is big money for Palace, and Eddie wouldn't move without some sort of a guarantee that he's going to get starts. So,
yeah, I almost wonder if there's something in the works for Mateta. I mean, it kind of makes me. It kind of makes me wonder.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Because we've seen rumblings about him not being happy. I don't know if that's contributing to his poor start. I wouldn't be surprised. He said he wants to play Champions League football.
Okay.
What gives?
But, I mean, he could be Ollie Watkins' backup and play Champions League football. But
right.
I don't know if that's what he's looking for.
Duran has that locked up.
Yeah.
Genie, he scored several really important goals in the Olympics. Does that not qualify you to play Champions League football?
No, the Olympics is like U23 showcase. How old is Mateta? Like
26.
I'm looking right now. 27.
I know that he was one of their 3 players that you're allowed to have that are
Lacazette
over
was
21.
one of the
Lacazette.
So it's Mateta and Lacazette trying to compete for that bench spot on a Champions League football team. Okay, that's what the Olympics were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mateta did get 2 goals and an assist yesterday.
Against who?
Against Norwich.
No, that's fair. I don't know that. Has
for
Mateta
him.
shown that he is a Champions League level striker?
No,
where does he
his
think he's going to transfer to?
His 6-game stretch with Palace.
Chelsea, maybe they'll just sign anyone who is willing to pen their life to them.
I could see Chelsea.
It better be Tony.
You're only saying that because you roster him.
Obviously.
Yeah,
I've read Osimhen is very close to Al Ahly.
No, that would be good for Tony.
And that would
Watch
be
them send them
fantastic.
All right. Sorry. Let's tie a bow on Eddie. So you, in terms of fantasy, you like him? I expect him to continue his ways, which are be pretty goal dependent.
Yeah, there's no getting around it.
Yeah.
As much as I like him, like he will have games where he gets 2 to 3 points.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's what I'm expecting too. So if
Haaland levels.
Yeah.
Same amount of goals
without the hat tricks. If I'm comfortable at forward, I'm probably going to go ahead and sit this one out.
I think he was picked up in most leagues based on
he's in a
Forest.
He's in a different position than all of these other guys where there's he was drafted by most people in the anticipation he was going to get a move, and then it didn't look like it was going to happen, so he was dropped, and then like people picked him back up, like myself, I think last week or the week before. So yeah, he should be gone already in all of your leagues, but I spent 11 on him, and I'm pretty happy. It's my forward 4 to rotate in with good matchups and see how he does. So I'm totally happy with that.
Totally. Yeah, I like that. The one thing I
was a bit surprised that you didn't include Mamardashvili.
No, you're not.
I mean, you included Ramsdale, so.
All right, fine. You gonna pick him up, Totti?
He's unfortunately not entered the system, but in
3 years.
In Dynasty leagues, I would consider it.
Of course. Yeah. In 3 years, he's going to be a top keeper. Absolutely.
He will be.
Zach mentioned Mateus Fernandez, who might actually be worth a mention for Southampton. Had a goal and an assist today. Just a thought. He is a Portuguese midfielder. Looks pretty promising. Could work his way into the 11. Anyone interested?
No. Just maybe in a dynasty league where you have like 27 bench spots or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can play championship fantasy as well.
Yeah. And then
Fair
there's
enough.
people in like 21 team league or some crazy number of team leagues. I saw on Discord someone was asking like, oh, like I have like a 18-man league or something. go for it. But like,
what do you even stream? Like, you can't do starters. You got to play like mediocre dudes off the bench.
Pedro Neto's set and forget in that lineup.
100%.
But yeah, pick him up there. But in a 12-team league, it's just no.
All right, so QZ Kit, Quiz Kit, QZ Kit.
11s. Sorry, go ahead. QZ Kit,
Quiz Kit, QZ Kit, whatever it is. Cutie Pie. He is. He's basically saying in the chat that we're dissuading him from bidding on any of these guys. So
Good.
I don't know.
Save your money for us and him.
The last hour and 10 minutes.
I don't want that to be what we do necessarily. If you're bidding on one of these guys, who is it?
None. Just like if you're saying, are you saying put 100 on someone? Or
No.
If you're putting in a bid.
I think
Cadioli for me.
I mean, Marino for me, but I think Cadiolu, Gundo, Marino.
Those three
and
deserve
potential, and Eddie, obviously, and potentially Ogbene if you really need a forward, are worth like bidding on.
Watch Ramsdale be the absolute top scorer.
Yep.
I mean, McCarthy is just the worst.
Yeah, you can't get much worse.
All right. Do we want to do a couple fake for reals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, let's do it then. Fantasy fake, fantasy for real for the first time this season. For those uninitiated, this is about players who are in great form. The question is whether or not it can continue.
Fantasy fake, fantasy for real, fantasy fake, fantasy for real.
Oh man, it hits so nice. It's just beautiful. The great Andres Posada, everybody, with that drop. Okay, guys, first up, fantasy fake, fantasy for real. Of course, we've got to talk about Noni Madueke. 40 points in 90 minutes, 3 goals, 1 key pass, 5 shots on target. So that's 3 goals from 5 shots on target, 1 ACNC, 1 cross, and 2 clearances. How do we feel?
Recorded dribble? That's shocking.
I know. So keep in mind, he got 33 of his 40 points from goals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
seems sustainable,
right?
Like, if you could sell them, like I see some people posting in like the Discord inner circle polls, like some offers from Madueke. I can't remember, but I saw some like absurd names people were willing to give for Madueke. If you could get someone, like I'm trying to think, like I think one of them was Muniz. I think I can't.
Yeah.
So,
what about Cunha?
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah, he's fake. Then I think.
Not fake, but like not Cunha Muniz.
Not
like,
fake, but not real.
Yeah, like a wait and see, like a.
You can say realish.
Realish. Yeah. I mean, incredibly high upside.
Yeah,
I'd take him over Grealish right now.
I mean,
well, yeah, obviously.
If Chelsea somehow find a way to play 5 left wingers and keep Palmer at the 10 spot, then he is their only right winger, isn't he?
Right.
So
exactly.
On the one hand, he has competition from Cole Palmer, which should be straight to Cole Palmer. But if Palmer goes to number 10 and they need the right winger, it's only him. So, let's not go into a Chelsea ramble, but how stupid can you be to build a team where you have like 7 left wingers and then on the right wing have no depth at all?
Yep.
I mean, and Cuckoo can play there. I mean, that's not his obviously favorite position, but he can play there. Neto can play there as well. I mean, the thing is, for me, like when I saw the lineup, I was like, I didn't even think that Madueke and Mudryk were like part of the rotation. I mean, if you throw those two guys in, and then you still have Nkunku and Neto and everybody else on the bench, like, dear God.
I know, dude. I roster Madueke in the league, and thank God I started him. But like, I was hoping and praying for a move. I thought the only chance
that
for
was
him,
the play.
Yeah.
I
thought he was going to go to Newcastle in that right wing position, which would have been, oh man. But
yeah, I mean, he's an upgrade from Almiron.
Of course. Not in terms of the human he is, because Almiron is the best man, but everything else.
Hey! Don't say that. Almiron is going to hear the pod, and then he's going to go score 25 goals this year.
That's true. That is a good point.
I'll
be his Grealish for this season. That's fine. Happy to do that. Okay, so I think you can't get around it. He's one of those you can't drop him.
No.
So
you're either drop him,
you're either trading him out if you don't think he's going to play much, or you think he's very goal dependent, or you're just going to hold him and play him when he starts.
Yeah, I think trade out is going to be our consensus suggestion here.
Depends what you can get.
Yeah.
Like people are talking Muniz and Cunha.
Oh, I'd take both of those all day.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna send some offers.
In my home league, I picked up Madueke for 50 fab, of course, right? And then instantly, because everyone thought, I could get him for 5 or whatever. Instantly, some absurd offers kept rolling in. So I'm just continuously putting the highest bidders against each other. And I think right now, my best offer is like Madison for him plus Iwobi. So
what? That's absurd. I don't know how you do this. I'm forever in awe.
League. So it's just, sell them to there's 3 Chelsea fans in my home league. So that might have something to do with it. But look for the Chelsea fan in your league, see if you could get like a 4th round, 5th round type of guy, and then buy Madueke.
Man.
Yeah.
Every time I get a trade offer from Eugenie, before clicking decline, I always think, wow, there's someone out there who probably is going to accept a trade as bad as this.
The thing is, it's the same offer to everyone. It's the same offer to everyone, just with a different returning player. So if you feel insulted by the offer, just know 11 other, or I guess 10 other people got that offer. I think I sent my going offer right now is Wharton, Vardy, and Shaw for someone's like 4th round pick.
Oh Lord! I mean, it's a look inside your tactics. I like that. That's good. All right, let's move on, guys. Maximilian Kilman. I should have said the 11th highest scoring player overall this season. Is how I probably should have introduced him. 34.75 fantasy points in 180 minutes, 1 assist, 3 key passes, 2 tackles, 5 interceptions, 13 clearances, 6 aerials, and a clean sheet. How do you guys feel about Max Kilman?
He's fake. I mean, he got 27 of those points in the last game against me. I don't.
Checks out.
I mean, I watched Kilman play for a while since he was at Wolves prior. He never keeps this up consistently. They have City this weekend. Like, if you can trade him out on these inflated stats, I definitely would.
I'm with you.
Decent streamer, for sure. Like he can put up these numbers, but
once he's dropped again after City,
yeah.
Once he's dropped and you could stream him against. Let's see what's coming up.
They have City and Chelsea in their next 3 games, so that's not,
but then it's Brentford and Ipswich,
and then Spurs, United. So it's a mixed bag till November.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So I'm out. -8 versus City. You're exactly correct.
Yeah, I agree.
With us, Totti? All right, cool.
Yes.
So sticking in the same team then, we have Thomas Souček, otherwise known as the 13th highest scoring player so far. 33.5 fantasy points, 167 minutes, 1 goal, 3 key passes, 1 assist, 10 aerials, 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, and even a yellow card in there. And he's still scoring that highly. What do you say to that?
I'm out, man. Like, if you want to trade in Souček, I'm just gonna move on with my life.
I still think maybe it's a bit of a hope, but I still hope that that when Edson Alvarez is back fit and when Guido is integrated and finally Somerville and Fulkrug start, I think this will be a very different looking West Ham team with no Souček in it.
Oh, you think he's going to actually get booted from the 11?
I do. I think he's not in their best starting 11. No.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
By the way, that goal was on 1 shot on target so far.
Yeah.
Nice.
1 goal, 1 shot on target, and 1 assist from 3 key passes. It's not sustainable. And we saw last year what he does. He just doesn't ghost very well anymore. There was the one season. Was it 3 seasons ago or 2? No.
5.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, I'm out. I think he's fake.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, Danny Welbeck, guys. Danny Welbeck has been an absolute revelation for his old age. 43.5 fantasy points, otherwise known as the 4th highest scoring player in fantasy. 168 minutes, 2 goals, 2 shots on target. 2 goals, 2 shots on target. 1 assist from 4 key passes, 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a dribble.
Nice.
I think he's ride it till the wheels fall off kind of guy.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to trade him.
Yeah, he just has the name recognition. We always usually talk about name recognition as a positive thing, but for Welbs, it's quite the opposite. So yeah, he could put up these numbers till the cows come home, and you still wouldn't get what you'd get from Madueke right now. So, yeah, I mean, I think you just enjoy it. But he does look pretty good. He's always going to be goal dependent. I'd bench him this weekend, but yeah, I think you start him in any decent matchup otherwise.
I wouldn't. If you think that he's just a streamer, I wouldn't drop him yet. We've got Ipswich and Forest coming up after Arsenal.
Yeah.
But at that point, maybe Rutter is integrated enough so that it's not going to be Welbeck starting anyway. So.
Maybe.
I mean, if that happens, then you can always drop him. But I think until proven otherwise.
And if he continues what he's been doing, I mean, why would you rush Rutter?
Rutter's not that great. Let's be honest. Like, I didn't see anything from him at Leeds.
3-0 against Everton, 2-1 Man United. I mean, this team is riding high. I don't know why they would change anything at the moment.
Yeah, but it's Everton and United. Like,
that's your team.
I'm sorry, man. Like nothing's changed in this United team. And the second they bench Diallo, I'm gone. I'll go find someone else.
You've said this before.
Chelsea and Spurs. Those were your 2 second teams.
No. Chelsea was only the weird stacking experiment. I don't like Chelsea. Spurs, I don't like them as much. I like them during the Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Poch era. Not anymore. I'll have to find my way to, like, I don't know, Ipswich or something, Leicester City, some random team.
Yeah, fair. All right. Well, speaking of potentially ride it till the wheels fall off, we've got Nathan Collins coming up next. 27.5 points, 1 assist from 0 key passes, which is amazing.
How does that work out?
I don't honestly know. I'd have to go back and see the replay. I'm sure it had to have been something jammy.
It was a block. He blocked. Yeah. He had a header from a set piece that got blocked, and then someone scored it.
Hell yeah. 1 assist from 0 key passes. I love this.
Yeah. Or maybe you get this stat if you get a penalty as well.
Oh, yeah, that could be.
No, but I saw that assist and I was
but it was this.
So yeah, 2 shots on target, interestingly. Tackles, tons of clearances, bunch of aerials, 8 block shots. Good for you. And then no clean sheets, which is interesting. So doing all right so far. Got Southampton coming up next.
I bid big for him last week. Totti had to talk me down from my previous bid of 20, and I got him.
What did you get him for?
Ooh.
No, 10. I got him for 10. Next highest bid was like 7, so I didn't really waste that much fab. But I initially was going to go 20 on him.
So you think he's real?
Yeah, I think Pinnock is coming to, that let me just chill here. My head is kind of tired. Let Collins do the work.
Oh, that's dark.
And then I do think the new guy, his name is escaping me, might actually rotate with Pinnock and not Collins, and I think that's going to be their future center back pairing in like 2 years. That's my honest opinion. If he comes in and rotates with Collins, it'll be just like a one-off. But I do think Collins is pretty locked. He's been really good this season as well. So he's really, I mean, whatever he did in his previous teams or something, wasn't he a Burnley guy?
Wolves. Burnley then Wolves. Burnley,
yeah. Chickens is saying he was really bad last season, which that's true.
Yeah, but it's a new season, So Chickens, and he's played really good.
Second chances.
I guess not.
Never has.
But the way he's playing, he's undroppable in my opinion, fantasy wise and in real life. So one of those, get him in while you can for Southampton, and then ride till the wheels fall off, if they ever do.
Yeah, I think he's realish too, just because we've seen time and again that in whatever system Frank is employing, it seems like chaos at the back. But at Brentford, there's points in the center backs. We saw Ben Mee go on a crazy run.
Yes.
So I don't see why Collins couldn't replicate that. And Pinnock's not taking his points. It doesn't seem like it's the other way around, which I was worried about. So I agree. I think for now he's realish.
Yeah, and Ben Mee got points even while he kept Neil taking over as well. So it's like I don't think it's mutually exclusive, and I don't think it's like if Collins is doing well, then Pinnock will fall off. But it's too early to see. Realish is good.
Yeah, realish. All right. Let's talk about Mazraoui. Everybody's favorite kind of went under the radar waiver wire grab. I think most people got him for what they perceived to be kind of a deal when they spent fab on him. I know he went for less than 20 in most places, and then he's rewarded fantasy managers 26 fantasy points, 170 minutes. He had an assist in there from 2 key passes, 3 tackles, 4 interceptions, 2 clearances, 4 aerials, and a clean sheet. To me, what I'm seeing is that's pretty goal/assist/clean sheet dependent, personally. But how do you guys see this one?
I'm kind of like you. He's one of those where like no one's gonna give you any real value for him, unless it's a United fan. So you kind of just have to hold him and hope after Liverpool he continues to put up these kind of points. The interesting thing is a lot of United fans, and I've seen like even analysts saying that they think once Shaw's back, he might out Dalot for the right back spot just because he's a lot more defensively sound and offers similar attacking threat. So we could see a timeshare between Shaw, Dalot, and him, rotating between the 3 spots. Personally, I have Shaw because I picked him up in a league off the waiver wire, but I'm not trading high for any of these United wingbacks right now, especially if they're going to enter a timeshare, a pretty bad defense. For me, he's fantasy fake. Like, sell him if you can.
Agreed. I think he, just like Genie said, United defense isn't going to be solid enough to house a player that doesn't get many attacking points like Dalot does. So, fake.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Let's just buzz through these last three, and then we'll get to streamers. First of all, Nico Williams, 29.25 fantasy points, 180 minutes, 2 key passes, 1 shot on target, 5 tackles, a lot of stats. I don't have to say all of them. He's got 1 clean sheet in there, but it's quite a few stats. Is he back?
No. It's just a nice schedule. It's just a nice schedule. That's my opinion.
I'm willing to believe a little bit because there's great ghosts, and he's shown in the past that he can do it. It seems like he's picked up a little bit of consistency. That might end up being the schedule, like Jeannie said. But I'm willing to believe in something. I mean,
I'd play him against Wolves from what we've seen from them. Absolutely.
Wolves have a good schedule.
Ride it so the wheels fall off with Nico. It'd be interesting to see what happens. I mean, it doesn't truly affect Nico, but I want to see what Alex Moreno looks like. With Forrest, but I don't think they have another decent right back, so I think it's Nico's to nail.
He'll continue to start. It's just like the points production. It's just once the schedule gets tougher. I'm pulling it up. So they got Wolves and they have Liverpool, Brighton, Fulham, Chelsea, Palace. So that Liverpool, Brighton, Fulham, Chelsea kind of run, we'll see if he's gonna if he keeps performing like this in those games, then he's definitely a season keeper. If not, then it was clearly the schedule in his favor.
Yeah,
I mean, these are no sets in here. I mean, these are fantastic numbers.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I think he's real. I'm with Ryan on this. He's shown it's like there's 1 clean sheet in there, and otherwise it's solid, both sides of the ball.
Right.
Type.
That's what you're looking for.
No, that's a good point. All right, I like it, guys. All right, up next is Sanji's boy, none other than Abdul Fatuwu. So 31 fantasy.
Fatawu?
Is he? Is that? Did I misspell that? I did, didn't I? Fatawu. Sorry. Moving
just
on.
So that people.
No, for posterity. For posterity. Absolutely, Totti. 31 fantasy points, 180 minutes, 2 key passes, 1 assist, 1 shot on target, 9 tackles, 1 cross.
Both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball. 2 interceptions, 6 clearances, 4 dribbles, and 2 aerials. I mean, this guy seems to be doing it all. He followed up his 22.25 score against Tottenham with an 8.75 against Fulham in a game in which he did next to nothing in terms of attacking numbers. I don't know. Seems pretty real to me, guys.
I mean, he got brought back down to earth a bit against Fulham. I mean, this is also a good schedule. Let's be real. Spuds at home.
Sure.
And then Fulham.
But
I think
9.
He'll be fine. Yeah, no, I think that's good. I think he's realish. I think there's a pretty inflated view of him. But I think he's going to be decent for sure.
Maybe you hold him through Villa, Palace, Everton, and then try to sell high.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do something like that.
Or you could hold a little bit longer and suffer the Arsenal match, which is away. And then you have Bournemouth, Southampton, Forest, Ipswich.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, never mind. Hold. Yeah, you're holding until till Boxing Day. My God.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that'll get you through.
Run.
That'll get you through November 2nd. And actually, just the fact that I've just seen that now.
When is that Arsenal game? I want to.
The Arsenal game
that week.
is September 28th. Okay. It's away at Arsenal. And then from there, Leicester has a mouth-watering schedule, which we need to keep on our radars.
But there's nobody to pick up. They all suck.
No,
maybe
fast.
Try to trade in for Tau before the Arsenal game.
There you go.
Yeah.
What is the kind of offer you'd give for him? Like how much?
Depends on how he does the next few weeks. I mean, if he falls off a bit, you can probably get decent value for him.
He could struggle against Villa. Remember what Villa did against Arsenal. I mean, a lot of those players.
They play us weird, but
but I just think like
a little more open.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, they could stymie him a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a good matchup for them by any means.
No. All right, I like it. Finally, we've got Jorgen Strand Larsen, the new boy in at Wolves, playing pretty well. 20.75, 173 minutes. He's got a goal from 2 shots on target. He's got one key pass, 3 clearances, 2 dribbles, and 4 aerials.
He looked good against Chelsea.
He moves well.
Yeah, he's not like a lumbering Weghorst kind of guy. Offense very much intended. But I think he's going to be just as goal dependent as his predecessors.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
I don't anticipate him putting up many of these types of games. Another one of like a forward 3 streamer in a good matchup, sure. But I wouldn't spend any money on him or hold him rest of season by any means. Would love to be wrong.
Totally. But I mean, even you look at right now, fantasy points per game on Fantrax, it reads 10.38, but that is not telling you the whole story.
Yeah.
So
it'll be somewhere in between. It won't be as low as the Arsenal game that often, but these highs against Chelsea will not be replicated. But I think he's going to lift all boats. I think at Wolves, he's going to get his head on a lot of Cunha crosses and passes to
fantastic.
Help some key passes. So Cunha on sets and on corners was fantastic to see. He should have ghosted a lot more. I watched that game and I was expecting a lot more ghosts from him because he was all over the place.
Cunha's looking lively.
Yeah, he was tasty. But that's different matter altogether.
All right, let's talk Game Week 3 streamers, 1 week plays. Guys we're recommending for this week and potentially this week only. Let's roll through these quick and get these people into their beds. Well, potentially just Totti. The rest of us are probably doing other things.
Totti's a contender.
All right, Totti, speaking of, before your bed, you have to tell us about your streamers.
Yes. I said I wouldn't bid on Jordan Ayew, but I still think he's a decent streamer against Villa, who did not look their last season's best in the first 2 games. That said, besides that Vardy goal against Spurs, Leicester looked like decidedly the 3rd best promoted team. So the second streamer I would have is Nedeljkovic, who came in for the injured Matty Cash and did decently. And this way, if you stream both, then you're covering your positions well. You can get 0 from both. But other than that, I think both have a chance to have decent scores, as well as Levi Colwill, who has been going a bit under the radar for Chelsea.
How?
How is he going under the radar?
Yeah, he scored like what, 2 or 3 points each week.
2 and then 3.
Yeah, I think this is a
shouldn't that be under the radar?
Yeah, that is where he should be. I'm not saying that he deserves to be above the radar. He should be under the radar.
But he's gonna move his plane above the radar now.
Yeah, but that's 4 and 5 ghost points if he gets if Chelsea get a clean sheet, then that is a decent score.
If Chelsea get a clean sheet, that's what we're banking on right now.
I mean,
you come into this place last again.
They only conceded 2 against Wolves, so anything can happen.
That's fair.
Wolves. When's the next time Wolves are scoring 2?
This week.
This weekend, I hope.
Yeah,
I hope so too.
Both Cunha.
I got a bench him in one league.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, I know. I don't like it either. But I'm not going to bench Kai or Mbomo at home versus Saints or Adama in current form.
Adama, the legend.
By the way, chat has taken to calling Nedeljkovic Big Ned, which I'm here for.
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, Matty Cash numbers. I don't know.
Well, just the name Big Ned, I like.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
With these slashes, Ryan essentially took 6 of the best streamers.
Ryan does this.
From
time to time, he'll just put an entire team on there.
So no. So, for example, last week I put Bowley / Milinkovic.
That is fair.
I mean, if you have one, and obviously the other one starts, you drop them for the other one. I mean, I think it's informative as opposed to just like randomly going for one guy who
and it's the same
very
with
well might.
Keane and O'Brien, but
exactly.
not with Jensen and Norgard.
And
that's a twofer rare.
You were fucking spot on about the Bowley Milinkovic pick.
Yeah, so back off.
Yeah, tell us about your game week 3 picks.
Greaves hopefully gets a nice ghosty outing before the Irishman comes in and starts taking his points. So I don't mind rolling him out against Fulham. Will have a lot to do with Adama weaving about. Southampton at home is the best matchup I think going in the league. So I mean, and mids are hard to come by. So if you're looking for a mid 5 to stream, Jensen, he's getting taken off at 65-70, but he's still on most of the sets. So gotta like his chances against Saints. And then Norgard's one of those guys who's going to get you 7 to 9, but also has the possibility of being in the mix and nicking an attacking return. So those are both mid 5 streamers.
Yeah. I picked him up in a league just because. Not.
Cook looked pretty good last game. Almost got 10 without a attacking return. He should have had one. Obviously, that corner got chalked off. So he's clearly still taking a fair amount of sets. And he had a good run last season where he was getting 9 to 10 every week. And so another mid 5 streamer. I was like between him and Anderson, and I kind of like Cook's upside a bit more because I watched the Forest game and Anderson's sets were just like couldn't beat the first man. They were just terrible. I'm surprised that after the first 2 they like forced him to stop. So I don't trust that they're gonna persist with him on sets. So I slightly prefer Cook. I know that Totti and I were debating that one. That's a tough one. And then Keane and O'Brien versus Bournemouth. You got to think that Bournemouth at home, they should shore it up a little bit. Keane.
Yeah.
Yeah. The suspense is killing me.
What about him?
What is going to happen to Keane?
Ryan must have cut out. Ryan, you there?
Yeah, did I freeze?
Yep. You said
shit.
Right when you said Keane.
Keane got 6 despite shipping 4 goals to Spurs. So
that's pretty damn good, actually.
Yeah, it's very good. So if he gets the nod over Jake O'Brien, he can ghost, and I don't expect him to ship 4 to Bournemouth, but who knows at this point. So yeah, that's your lot.
I like it. Jeannie was in traffic when we were finalizing this document, so we're all in the dark on this one. So Jeannie, we're waiting with bated breath. Hit us with your streamers.
Okay, I hope I don't take any of yours, Joe, to be honest.
I don't have any.
Oh, okay. So my first one.
Yep.
I got Wout Face, whatever. He ghosted really well last week on top of
Fez.
Thank you, Totti.
He only knows that because of Veghorst.
I think he got like 8 or 10 ghosts last week or something like that. So
yeah,
the ghosts were there.
He was terrible.
He was, but Spurs don't really give the opportunity for a lot of ghosts. They don't really play
unless you're named Keane.
Yeah, unless you're named Keane. Another Leicester player I have is Ndidi. He looked great in the cup game, and he got like 10 points last week, I think. So he's up there. And then Ndai, if he actually gets to start, which he has to. He has to. Jai, okay. He has to. There's no way this McNeil and Inshallah is going to keep. Well, it's not working, but
Harrison should get the boot soon.
He should, but so should Decore. So
Decore's been garbage as well. Yeah.
And then my last one is Kluivert, just because it's Everton. And
Kluivert, the Frenchman, famous Frenchman.
He got 6.5 against Newcastle last week. So
that's crazy for him.
Yeah, that's maybe he could give you 7.5 and an assist this week. So
against Everton, yeah,
he could do 7.5 with an assist.
He could. As long as he hits 7.5, I'd mind that.
And he's on pens too, supposedly.
He is actually.
I wonder if Evanescence takes that over.
I hope so, man. He actually ghosted okay.
And Kluivert actually made it through the 60-minute bogey mark that he usually doesn't.
Yeah.
He made it to 71.
Yeah. He sure did. Nice. All right, let's let these people get on with their lives. Making Jeannie relearn English. Nice. We absolutely are. All right. Good luck to everybody this weekend. Get into Discord if you have questions. Ask the community. There's so much. There's just a wealth of information there. So many knowledgeable people. So get in there if you have any questions, start sits, those kind of things. That is the place to ask them. If you don't know how to do that, DM us on Twitter. We'll get you into the Discord, whether it is the Inner Circle one. If you're a member of the Inner Circle, great. There's more, I would say, privileged information being shared there. But otherwise, there is a Draft PL community just that is completely free. So if you're not part of the Inner Circle, still get in the Discord. There's no reason not to. Wealth of information. It's an amazing place to be. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for everybody in chat. You guys are incredible. Thanks for everybody who's listening at home, in the gym, wherever, in your car. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. Community, you're the best. We'll talk to everyone soon. Good luck this weekend. Cheers.
Bye.